This week, we are still hunting for where those water leaks are coming from. Join us as we try and figure this out.
Gonna use a bit of this, a little spool of it, a bit of this cable to clear out the AC drain line. We'll see how we do. So one of the AC drain lines, it'll basically drip constantly. The other one doesn't drip at all. And I assume it's either kinked or clogged. So I'm hoping by running a couple dozen feet of this up in here, we'll see what's wrong. Hello. I don't know if you'll start to hear it up in the top. You may have to shut off the front AC.
That one's on.
The AC over.
ACs are on.
Okay, turn off the one over your head.
Andrew was able to slide over 50 feet of that cable up into the wall. We could hear it moving around, but it never resurfaced at the top. And now we're concerned that the drain line is actually just free and disconnected in the wall.
One of the leak points to suspect is this right here. It's the vent for the bathroom. The water comes out of the ceiling somewhere around right here, and it's just unclear where it's really coming from. But it only seems to come with torrential rain, suggesting maybe something's getting overwhelmed, like the seal on the edge of this. I'll pop this off, see what I can see right now. Removing the lid and checking these screws, it seems like they're all quite tight. I'm wondering if the solution here might be to run a bead of Sikaflex around here. In theory, you don't need it because this gasket is compressible, but now maybe we'll just do it to be sure that this isn't the problem. What's your plan?
Well, it has been suggested that this is too tight, like too pulled down too much.
And it deforms the roof just a little bit.
It deforms the roof so that in heavy rain we get water pooling and it might be causing problems. So we're going to investigate that now. The first step is to take the shroud off, so let's get to it. These bolts had a blob of sealant on it. It's dry underneath here, so I know the water isn't coming from the top probably, but let's see what else we find.
This one's wet all along the threads. Not sure yet what's going on here, but I'm not too excited about it.
Oh, I thought that sealant was pretty robust.
I don't know if it's leaking in around it, below the top of the bolt head. The bolt head, I think, had good sealant on it. Below that point, I'm not sure. All right, so fourth one out from this corner was dry. So that's the only screw over there that was wet. I don't know. Got a grimy mess underneath this AC. Got the remains of the fluffy oak pollen stuff all underneath here. And it's kind of like a sponge holding water. And I'm not clear yet where the water is getting in, but we're getting into this to figure it out. Got a hard stop about 1.5 feet down this drain line, which vaguely lines up with where it goes through the rib. I wonder if it's pinched or kinked. Trying to chase down leaks can be a bit like chasing windmills. We're trying to gain access here to see if we've got a kink in the AC drain that may be contributing to water essentially pouring out the AC vents. That's not the only place we're having water come from, but we're gonna start here and see if we can solve this one. We've also got to solve over on the bathroom side. If you're doing this type of thing yourself in your own Airstream, just know that it can be frustrating and you may find yourself kind of feeling like you're repeating kind of the same-ish work 2 to 3 times to try to figure out exactly what's gone wrong. How close are you, do you think?
To what, the rib?
To the rib.
My hand is probably here.
Mm.
So not, and I'm losing the angle.
Yep.
Because the opening is narrow. What I've seen people do though is they cut this piece. I think The bubbles aren't.
My intention was to drill this rivet line, but the problem is that there's insulation right on top, which means even if we pull this down, we can't just reach up to where that tube goes. There's another layer of insulation. We have to undo a substantial amount of the sealing to, say, make a cut in that insulation that we can then reach into.
It's the box.
Because it's essentially all boxed in. We've never had a ducted AC Airstream before, so some of these things we've done similar and it's easier, and now we're trying to figure out how to do it in this one.
There's a rib or something solid.
Yep, that's my theory on it. Goes through that and makes a hard right.
Mr. Strong Hands have big hands. I'm not sure you could get all the way in.
No.
I feel like I need a tool.
Just don't lose track of what your elbow's doing against that edge.
So it is taut over and ovalized over the rib here.
It's like, does it make it a corner, or does it go through a hole that's small, or what do you think it's doing?
I can wiggle it side to side, so I'm guessing it's a slot of some sort. I don't really know, because my fingers don't go.
Bah.
That's sharp. Okay. Do you want to try?
Yeah, I guess. Let me try.
Feel it?
Yeah, it feels like it goes into a hole.
It like crushes.
It crushes flat as it goes into the hole.
It's oval.
Yep.
Well, guys, we failed. I can't tell you how disappointing that is. We need to get this AC at least mounted back on.
Yeah, could not clear the AC drain line from the top or the bottom.
Yep. And so at this point, we're running out of time to seal the hole that we've made now. And we may not be able to use the AC drains, and it may just have to, for the time being, run off the body. I don't see us doing the deep dive.
Yeah.
With so many other projects and things kind of that are more important.
Yeah.
Just to rerun tubing in our walls.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of disassembly to rerun that stuff the way it's supposed to be correctly.
Yeah. I think we should reach out to Airstream and ask.
Yeah.
All right.
Turning to reseal this AC, one of the bolts of the 4 that holds it down seemed to have water along it, around it, and I'm wondering if the bolt goes through a foam block and there was leakage not around the top where we put the sealant, but around the block itself. I'm going to try a better kind of way to seal that, and hopefully it helps. So you might be wondering why I don't just embed the entire square hole in sealant. And the answer is, if I have to get up here next weekend and remove it again because I haven't solved the leak issue, I don't want to have to try to defeat that dried down sealant. Just trying to see that the gasket is touching and compressed, but not deforming the shape of the skin, because you can over tighten and then make pooling, and I'm trying to avoid that.
Yeah, we definitely don't want roof pool.
It's about 7:30 in the morning and we're back at it. We've got to go pick up some supplies to resume with the sealant work.
7:30. We want to get up there before it gets really, really hot. We have a lot of things going on today. So we'll see. We'll see how it all comes together.
More coffee when we get back.
Oh, please.
We just stopped at Harbor Freight for a few things.
We have somebody who's coming, who wants to come from Houston today and see the trailer around midday. And instead of moving it into the campground, which is our preference because we're tight on time today.
I think we're just gonna have it in storage and we're gonna roll with that. It was in pretty good shape last weekend, so we're hoping we're all set.
We gotta get some sealant on the rig. Supposedly it's not gonna rain today, but that has been the forecast for the last 4 days and it's rained every day.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out like when we can get some sealant. Interestingly enough, we haven't had any leaking when the rain isn't torrential.
Yeah.
So I really don't know what
There's something we gotta fix, but it's a tough one to find. Do you think you see a noticeable effect immediately?
No.
No? Ultimately today, our goal was not to clean the awning, but because we have to clean the roof, we want to make sure the awning is also not going to get any worse from all the dirt we're going to set loose on the roof.
So we're soaping it up and then we're going to tuck it in as KYD's last week's video, which was awesome, right?
Yeah, Zip Dee.
And then we'll do the roof and then we'll rinse everything.
Yep. Yep. Couple steps to the project, but we're doing it.
The hope here is that we can show the trailer and do other stuff while the rig fully dries, so then we can put sealant on it. Let's hope this works out. Andrew's using the hose to really see if he can find and replicate any of the leaking.
Hose back.
Thank you, sir. I'll send it back up when you need it.
All right, I'm gonna do a round of scrubbing and then I'll rinse.
I'm gonna do the underside of the awning.
All right, all right. Well, the awning's about 40% better. Really, it was about cleaning the roof. And we're gonna let the awning dry while we do some other things. We've gotta go show the other trailer. So, perfect opportunity to let that dry. Whew. All right, let's get some stuff here. Get set up for the day. I feel like the showing went really well. We'll see. You know, it's a big commitment and I get that. But I would say it was a success insofar as we presented the trailer, you know, as it is. And they were happy to spend a lot of time asking a lot of questions. So I think generally speaking, they were happy with it. Good morning.
Morning.
How's the allergies?
In full force. I took something, hopefully.
All right, I'm just getting organized to get started here.
Awesome.
Yeah, the awning cleaning has left us with these soap streaks. We'll have to figure that out. I'd Walburnized it, so we're kind of hoping those soap streaks buff right off. I guess we'll see.
Here's this.
Look at what we have here.
Ta-da!
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. First instruction on the Captain Tolleys is don't cut the top off, just poke it. It comes out, it kind of weeps out, and you want it to come out slow. So I get that, I understand. My first thought is our gray and white looks like it's been done pretty well. What would you say?
I would say I agree recently too, because it's not hard, it's like nice and squishy.
Yeah, it's still soft and well stuck down. I think it's well stuck down.
So I don't actually think we need to worry about those seams. Every head has like a nice blob.
So the instructions on the Captain Tolley say that it basically wicks into the rivet head area and cracks by capillary action. And so if it takes it fast, you'll want to reapply. If it starts to slow down, you've probably corrected the leak. We used a hook tool to poke a hole in the cap on this one. Ultimately, that hole wound up being too big, so I switched it from the cap from the old one that we have, and we're trying that now. You want it to really come out slow from a tiny hole.
Oh, it's not wicking anymore, but it wicked itself down. This cracked from the blob. I'm going to wipe the excess off, but...
It's the idea. You want it to kind of run. Apply in very small amounts and let it run. It's definitely a learning curve as we do this.
We've done it before, but this, I don't do it that often, so
Yeah.
the applicator processes.
It's been a while and it comes back slow, I guess. We'll get there. We'll figure it out.
I'm going to see if it'll run down this seam. So this one, the puddle, I saw it like suck in on this side. This one didn't do much of anything. Same here, same here. So I think each rivet head, this is gonna be super tedious, but I think it's really necessary. I don't often have a really good view of the truck roof, but let me show you guys what's been happening. I'll get a close-up shot, but I don't know if you guys can see it, but like right there and back there, it looks like the clear coat of my truck is failing. Huh. Anybody know how to handle that, or do I need to go to a paint shop? That'll be expensive. Do you guys see that? I don't know how to handle that, and I don't know if I can DIY it here in the campground. Anybody have any ideas? Whew, hot. So I just bumped this antenna and it is crumbling to bits. I don't know what kind of antenna it is or what I need. And then there's a Sirius XM thing here, and I don't know if they're tied together or what. Also, this backup camera looks rotted.
Sean has found a spot we don't really like here where there's a possible leak point coming in on the back of the marker lights.
This lens isn't seated.
Yeah, that probably won't help it last. Well, at this point, all this is just gonna come together for a parts list where we're going to pay attention to these things and fix them on a later date. Are you throwing things at me? Sean has worked her way down this side of the trailer. Now she's gonna work her way back up this side. It's going on nicely.
I much prefer this tip on the old Captain Tolleys.
They've changed the new tip and it's...
I don't like it. I finished up on the roof and I dropped the Captain Tolleys off the roof and I broke the good tip. I have the other tip to close it up. It's not really a big deal, but it's aggravating because the applicator on the old bottle was superior in every way. So that's disappointing. I'm really warm.
Hot and humid.
I think I gotta put my hair up.
Probably a good idea.
The ultimate goal is just to do the top seam. I want everything that can fall out the bottom to fall out the bottom if there's water in there.
Nice and even. This is why Shauna does the sealants. So we're still not confident we've found the major leak that happens when it rains torrentially, but with the lighter rains we've had, we haven't seen any resurgence of the leaks. Then one of the things I'd like to do is call Airstream and ask them what the solution for the drain line in the wall not working is. Even if I'm not going to pay for service on that, I'd like to know what their explanation is for why that might be happening. But we're just about out of time for projects this week, and I'm going to start another round of on-call for the next week, starting Monday. And stay tuned.
Monday's tomorrow, buddy. Monday's tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week. I hope everyone has a safe holiday.
We'll see you next week.